5. Got that?
There you go. I learned something new today.
Basically, what that's saying is record analog to digital, making all the digital music in the computer, and export them out. And it's a system of people.
All right.
Can I get off stage now?
Yes. All right. Thank you much.
Oh, and I also want to say that.
Okay, everybody go ahead. Next up on the list is my buddy Overcoat.
It's Tuesday!
He's going to come up and talk briefly about Toho Tuesday. Oh, and who's not with us? Oh.
Oh, give me a job.
All right.
All right. Hi, I'm Overcoat. This is my co-host, Kid Rock. It's T10. We do a live Toho radio show on air2radio.com called Toho Tuesday every Tuesday. And we play Toho arrangements. We sometimes have interviews and guests. We actually had Travis on the show recently. He's a cool guy. Yes. When was that? Like 1,000 years ago. Yeah, it was a while ago. He's about due for another interview. We've also had Renko, if you're familiar with her. She has a Dojin circle in Japan called Orange Jam. Anyone ever heard of that? Yeah, she's cool. We also had Telepolis from MTK. He had an awesome trip to Japan and was talking about that. We've also had Leo Modesto on the show. He did the Astrodange tumbler. And a bunch of other Toho art. It's really awesome. Oh God, who else was on the show? We've had a lot of people.
We've also featured some albums by Fabian. He's a German composer from Germany. He does electro house stuff, kind of dance stuff, like dubstep stuff. I listen to it when I fall asleep. I don't actually sleep.
Oh, speaking of any European producers, we also had Seismix on the show. Some listening parties for his new albums. Seismix is pretty awesome. All the way from what, Norway, right?
Pretty sure it's Norway.
Pretty sure it's Norway. It's funny though because he sounds exactly like Leo. I think they're the same person. Wow. Yeah. So. I ran out of business cards, but if you want the radio info and where to get it's also a podcast. We archive it and stuff. So if you need the links to that, let me know. You can also listen live. I recommend that. We have an awesome chat room. Get about like 100 people in there every week. I also for the non-Tuesdays we started a new IRC channel. We have to plug the IRC channel. Pound Toho on irc.esper.net. It's growing pretty quick. We've got a lot of them here, and we have a lot of fun in there. It's probably the most active IRC channel I've ever been in. It's kind of insane.
We're way better than Rising. Just saying.
Okay, you just started a giant war. Thanks a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much all. I don't have much else to say. We play music, do interviews, and we have a good time on the air. And I hope you tune in. We'll see you on the radio.
Thank you. It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Thank you very much. Did you guys ever fix the problem where, like, if it had a Japanese title, it would come up as just garbage?
Every day, it's unavoidable.
So it's because I've had people like listen to it, like, oh, what song is this? 0.5% F. Favorite song I do.
This sucks. Okay, that's all I have to say about that.
Next up, Amber's going to be coming back up here. Let you know what contribution she's done. There is a convention in Canada called Otakucon. Talk about, right? And she basically ran a 3-day Rataisai equivalent across the entire thing. And so she's pretty much one of the first that do something like that. So we would love to be able to spread that out further. So she's going to talk about what she did with that, her experience with it, just how cool it was.
Okay, so hello everyone. What we did was, it's called the Hakodai Shrine Festival because we're extremely unoriginal and because Baby Rataisai was not accepted as our name. Baby Rataisai, no. And pretty much it is a sub-event of a mother convention or Otakuthon. So pretty much it's like a little convention within a convention. And we did a lot of things over that. We did, obviously, panels. We actually ran 8 panels. And we had a ton of topics, obviously. Gaming, PC98, Node, music, and we had literature, and a couple others. We did gaming tournaments. We did 3 tournaments, 1 every day. We actually had a live concert, a live heavy metal concert. We have a local band named Yokai Project, and they even released their very first album at our convention. And we had screenings. Pretty much if there was something Toho we wanted to see, we screened it. And
one thing I wanted to ask was, did you just kind of, the con was already happening, so you just kind of did some stuff alongside it, or did you have to provide like extra funding for all sorts of different programming and venue space and whatnot?
Pretty much how it works is we're actually funded by Otakuthon to do this, but we created all of the programming ourselves. Pretty much they said, this is an event that will bring people to our convention and a lot of people will enjoy it. So they gave us complete freedom to design our own programming, our own scheduling, and it was a great situation because if you got an Otakuthon badge, you could just go to any of our events. So it's obviously contained within.
And did you do any major advertising for it? Because I remember when I first heard about it, it was like, oh, and no one I had talked to had even heard of it. But was it just kind of a thing that was also happening? Like you go to the convention, it's like, oh, this is also happening, or did you kind of say, hey, we have this thing, come to it, also check out Otakuthon?
Well, we were advertising so hard, and then people break our hearts and say they've never heard of us. But I guess, if you're in Canada, you had obviously heard of it. But advertising across another country is a lot more difficult, which is why a lot of people were surprised to know that, the very first Western Rataisai was up in Canada and it already happened. But we're actually an annual event, so we happen every single year. So we're coming back, obviously, in August.
How would you guys like to have something like that here in the U.S.? I would love to bring her and her group down here to help us out with that. Obviously, the NEMA group, get them involved in everything. We should definitely get together and have, the first, U.S. Western Rataisai. We'll be second. I'm okay with that. But,
Well, actually, I have kind of strange feelings about that. Was when I made this, I didn't think, oh, this is only for Quebec. I actually wanted to get pretty much all of the West involved and bring people from the States to host and to come down so that we could get bigger and bigger. That's why.
I'm sure we could work out something like that. Would you guys go up to Canada for Western Rataisai?
Yeah.
That is something we will definitely need to work out, because that's not, now that we all know about it, and, We have one, I guess, coming up in August, you said. You should definitely look into that. If not, if it's too short notice, and heck, like, if it's annual, let's make this happen, everybody, So I'm sure we could even potentially, like, crowdfund a way to make it, like, its own separate thing. Like, aside from OtakuCon, just have, like, our own thing, maybe?
We like OtakuCon.
Support OtakuCon. Thank you very much. You've been great. Last but not least, we have Kotaku, and I don't know what Steven's name is, just Steven. If both of you will come up. I'm not sure if you guys know about the Scroll Project. Has anyone in this room heard of the Scroll Project? Basically, a bunch of artists got together, made a big scroll for Zune. It's got pretty much every character from in the Windows series, from Rainbow to the first 3 bosses of the Double Dealing character demo. He's the one who headed this project. And then another project happened alongside of it that I didn't know about.